On foggy days during storms and at night, the ghosts begin to moan and walk. As the waves crash and toss, a lovely voice called out to you from afar. The sea is known to lure and swallow ships up. In violent waters, even the bodies of expert swimmers give up. Right behind your head is where you hear the breathing sounds. What seemed like a black blanket came over the plane before into the deep depths the plane went down. The cockpit machinery went haywire during malfunction. A beautiful voice in the winds tells you to make the plane nosedive into the ocean. Its diabolical geometry is a sea of despair. Forever planes are snatched from the sky, ships vanish, radio signals get weaker, numerous have disappeared. Unidentified submerged objects are known as USOs. The Cyclops was a vessel carrier of coal, and out of all historic ship disappearances, it is the most mysterious. The Devil's Sea, in particular with the Bermuda Triangle, are places where oddities occur. There is no understanding of this for sure. Victims cry out till they're nowhere to be found, mothers and fathers, while trapped in a troubled state over fast open waters. Panic scrambles thinking before the brain stops sending signals to the lungs and they stop breathing. Water spouts take place 100 times per year, taking jumbo planes out of the air. The wise elders, future seers, mind shattered the disbelievers and told them they will never overcome their worst fears. Whales are hunted and killed by high-powered machines that fire harpoon spears. Nature's painful. I wonder how many ships have been sucked in by whirlpools. People are captivated and astonished by the dolphins' grin. Dangerous threats disturb the tranquil silence. Animal lovers never knew that dolphins were so violent, but that quickly changed as they were dying. On the ship's deck, the corpses of pirates laid lying. All over the world, people are crying. Terror was in their hearts within as the pilots flew into oblivion. All hope, there will be little to no pain in the moment of death. People with sanitary, obsessive, compulsive disorder desperately avoid contamination. Every single move is a cautious step. Carnal houses are visited by grieving spouses. The injured in crutches often pauses. We all die, there are many causes. We all die, there are many causes. Some Hindus believe the soul is trapped within the skull, so it is made to explode during cremation. Scientists still don't understand all there is to know about devastation. A sexual predator's twisted mind is filled with many perversions. Out of nowhere, families become victims of furnace explosions. Efforts to save people trapped inside infernos prove unsuccessful. Hearing the burned alive screams is unquestionably stressful. The Teflon Dawn was caught, threatening to sever heads off and blow people's houses up. To allow a black cat to cross your path and to walk under ladders is considered bad luck. Emergency medical advancements cannot always bring one back to life or always keep one alive. Is it my destiny or not? Is the question of those about to commit suicide. It is an often wonder what thoughts go through the mind and what prayers are recited by the religious when entering death's doors. The graveyard shift worker turns around cause footsteps were heard a few steps behind in the corridor. Blood gush was the definition of war from a veteran who saw humans butchered firsthand on the front lines and would for the rest of your life leave you with lockjaw. Considered lucky charms or rabbit paws. If people stiff-necked and hard-headed would have heeded warnings, it is thought that fatal disaster could have been avoided. 18 out of 20 tenants lost their lives in an intense blaze on a cold January morning. Black moving objects are considered a target when killer bees are swarming. Those who weren't asphyxiated by massive amounts of toxic smoke were eventually burned alive. A particular man suffered third-degree burns on his hands, legs, and face. By the way, I must tell you, he did not survive. BTK, kill, torture, bind, said backwards is the name of a brutal mafia affiliate. There are unremorseful life-takers who will kill you and anyone whom you've ever had dealings with. I'm from a small, brutal city called Boston, unknown to the tortured as broken glass. Necks get snapped during whiplash. Blood, money, cash is rigor mortis held in hands of those with their throats slashed. Unzip the dead body bag, the mentally deranged to strangers wave and greet with twisted smiles of bruised, busted lips and teeth that are decayed and cracked. Facial expressions change as people are brick fist punched and iron palm slapped. During wars, corpses that lay decaying were eaten by stray dogs and sewer rats. Witness your civilization's Great Depression. stock markets crash. Smell the untreated gangrene, open wound gash. Consider the overtime estimate of victims that have been fatally beaten, bludgeoned and hacked. Ask the innocent children if they've ever seen meat slabs. Broken bones within the face is what was left after repeated brass knuckle jabs. Devastatingly shocked is the only way to react when a skyscraper building you were in collapsed. Lifeless, lifelong friends to a safer place on the battlefield have been dragged. Under ruins in the wreckage is where the hopeless living survivors were trapped. Starving, malnourished hostages are forced to adapt. The first strikingly stands on the back, hovering about to attack. Raby Alley Cat, a sign for hills of gunfire, was a tipped hat. The congregation of serial killers played a morbid game called body part mismatch. Murdered humans in rugs are wrapped. A failed heart attack plot plan was devised and carried out by the kidnapped. The bodybuilder could not withstand an aggressor's multiple stabs. On an eerie foggy night, it echoes through the town where the psychopaths simultaneously laugh. A person took a stroll in the darkness and wound up getting sucked dry by vampire bats. You died once you reached the skull and crossbones section on the... Tried to attack, bitch. Yeah. The brothers of the motherfucking moon, the dark side. Yeah, I bear flashbacks of nightmare memories and live on a ship trapped in stormy seas, baptized in Dracula's blood, surviving knowing death is to come. How can I even begin to explain how I never once lost sight of the victims' faces? I feel their anguish and despair at the injustice of their pain. Threatened birds still try to fly with broken wings. Jack the Ripper wrote, the Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing. Jubilo, and Jerusalem murdered the temple of Solomon's builders, and Solomon ritualistically had their throats sliced and removed the insides of their killers. In that time, brick and stone layers were regarded as magicians because they had to have great skill in order to build amazing things. Modernization, war, and conflict have always been a threat to all the tribes that have ever existed. For healing ceremonial significance or to mark important periods in life are some of the reasons why scarification was practiced by many tribes. Love, romance, and public affection isn't shown. It is forbidden in the land of the Tonga Nation. Showing weakness promotes enemy invasions. The sensation of being wet and cold is the feeling of open wound lacerations. Cattle among other beasts are admired for their strength. The Payak sing they are not afraid, worried or concerned about the warriors of other clans. Lopped off body parts is what was left of the battlefield men. Plundered villages are filled with sacrificed remains of children. Torn, ripped flesh best describes the genitalia of rape victims, and mercilessly thrusted into other rectums. Bare feet dance around the burning flames after the war that left their enemy slain. Yeah, the worst is barely uncovered. During the dark ages and throughout human history, people live into survival's limit, tortured. Some animals that are pets from private homes, strays from off the street, raised on breeding farms or are stolen, get nurtured and squandered. Then at the right time, killed for their worth. What is it to suffer? Even though rescue appears to be occurring, disaster is prominent, and as I sadly speak, lives are no longer enduring. The ropes securing life rafts are frozen. Storms intensify while screams reach out to the swallowing sky. Safety precautions are too late put into effect. The world must collapse around you. Captains sink with their ships. The horrified push the sacred objects to the side before they slow and painfully died.
Emperor Fusion.